I have the best sales video anybody could ever wish for. Really though, dead serious, because it's candid, it's being you, it's me being in the wind, and I'm like, my shirt is blowing out, and I look like I weigh 600 pounds, and I'm like laughing my ass off, and I'm like, I am putting this video. So I put it as a link on the bottom, and I publish it, and I send it off to Craigslist, because I'm selling it here on Long Island, right? I'm selling it in New York. These cabinets were replacement cabinets that I bought from a guy that was ripping out his house and tearing out his kitchen in Southampton. My wife did the little bits of artwork on it and everything else. Yeah. And I've incorporated the lights inside. They won't come on now because it's too light in here, but everything that I do in here is removable and rechargeable.
Okay. He's got a projection screen.
Yeah, I got a deal on it. It was $160. My son found it for me on Amazon. They're normally around $260. I bought the screen for $50. I mounted up there on.
How is it for brightness?
It's great for brightness, actually. I'm really shocked at how well it works. It's a little too light in here right now, but so that's the ViewSonic. This is a bed.
This extra part.
Yeah, and so what it is it's a storage. I have another box that goes there, and it slides out. It allows you, then you put your pillows up here, and then you sleep in that direction here.
Okay.
Cool. Right? It's also used for storage underneath, if I can just pull that out of the way. It's super light. Yeah, obviously there's compromises and everything, but there's storage in there.
Right.
And then there's further storage back in there.
And you climb up on that to get on the bed?
Actually, I use the box that I have here, and I'm not happy with that. So I want to, I think let's put this back. What I want to do is make a slightly smaller box. I'm tall enough to get on the bed, but...
The bed is awesome. No, it's a full-size bed?
It is a full-size bed, and as I think I mentioned to you before, I put slats in there.
Right.
To allow for airflow, because a lot of people have had problems with putting plywood down.
And drawers underneath.
And, all the drawers underneath. This is our dining room table, which once I haven't finished this bit, but it works out really well.
Yeah.
So the idea is with that box there, you can either bring it out beforehand and stick it there, or you sit here. There's
Who's the artist?
My wife is.
Your wife, yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
and so it's comfortable, and I like it, and so you've got to make it homey, and this is really for me what makes the difference.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah.
I like that extra bit of height, and the 8-foot width makes all the difference. I mean,
it does.
If you're planning on living in that space, if you're camping in it, I think that's one thing. But spending 3 or 4 months in the space, I need that.
Definitely.
And if there's two of you, someone's going to get pissed off at you. You really have to be able to at least get 6 feet away. Holy crap! The nice thing with this, by the way, is this goes.
That slides up.
That retracts right back up. And it's on hooks, and I can take it down when we travel.
One of the things I love about the position of the bed is you've got 3 windows.
Yeah.
The curtains are drawn now, but I don't know if you can see this.
The idea is to put a 4-foot window, 4x3 window in there.
Okay, now what's back behind curtain number 1?
Curtain number 1. Curtain number 1 is essential as far as I'm concerned. If you're traveling for any long period of time, it's a full bathroom if you want to get in there and have a look. I keep the wood chips in the one side. You pee in the, it separates it. It's a separating unit that I got from Europe because I couldn't get one here. So that we built a boat called Orca on Shelter Island, and we rowed across the Atlantic. And the space that we slept in was 6 feet long, 18 inches high, and 2.5 feet wide. And now you've got to take, I was on there for 34, 36 days. It was a dreadful time. But it was very interesting. And I say row because we rowed, we did not sail. People go, oh, you sailed, you had a motor. And that goes to things like the bathroom. Right. The first thing people ask you when you finish is, where'd you take a crap? Well,
Chris speaks frankly here.
Yeah, I do.
Bucket or hang over the rail.
Bucket or hang over the rail, but I came to the conclusion I never want to be in that small a space again for that length of time. Yeah. So all of that, it's funny, life experiences and bits and pieces incorporate itself in what we do here. I love YouTube. I mean, in terms of what it can do for the tiny house family, for the cargo trailer, for the van life. I'm like you, I couldn't live in a van. I could not live in that. If I can't stand up and stretch out, I've got a problem. you know.
So, Chris, this is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for giving us a tour. So, this is your first trip. So, any words of wisdom or anything to say to these cargo campers?
You know, it's a huge word of thanks, actually, because everybody that contributes to this community and to this group really does a great job. They're not doing a disservice because everybody has something to share through their experience, through their shared experience. I will say that as far as I'm concerned, the one thing that gave me the power in here and the electrical and everything else was a young guy called Will Prowse that has his YouTube channel. He is a guru when it comes to power. He really is. He's a great young kid. He's funny as hell. But there's a lot of people out there. You know, simply the table, or, you know, I'm going to be doing a flip out table here, but this is the dry run that says, hey, I'm going home and I have another 4 months to make the changes that I want to. But I think one of you guys mentioned on the last video I watched that it's something, it's organic. And I hate to use that word sometimes, but it really is. It grows. Yeah. So you go, you know what I need? I need a table that folds out from the side out back. You know, you asked about the cargo carrier in the back. Originally, I was going to put a deck there that folds up onto the back so I could fold it down and have a 4x8 deck. How fat? But, you know, it's about weight. It's about distribution. It's about, am I doing the right thing for me? Is it environmental? You know, the composting toilet to me is the most environmental process that I can do. You know, with composting bags and everything else. Try and reuse all my bottles that I reuse. You know, I try not to throw too much away. You know, we are the new growth in camping, I think. Yes. You know, when you walk through this campsite and you see these $100,000, $120,000 campers, and you go, wait a minute, this grew out of me sleeping in the back of my truck at this very campsite last year for 10 days.
Really?
Yeah, and it was, I need to do something better, and I need to be able to bring my family, and I don't like tents.
So this is your first conversion?
Yes. But I really like the idea of having two of them. And, you know, I've got kids and I've got grandkids, and I know that they love to use this, but this also works as a spare room when someone comes to stay. It really does.
For sure.
You know, it works as a spare room, and it isn't as invasive as a large 36-foot trailer, but to me encompasses everything a 36-foot trailer has.
Yeah.
I couldn't want any more than I have in here, which is extraordinary. I didn't think that was how I was going to feel when I first did this trip. And I would tell everybody, go with at least a 6'6" height. That's my opinion. If you're going to be in it more than weekends, if you're a weekend warrior, then I wouldn't go with more than a 6 foot wide, you know, and a 10-foot trailer.
What's your wife's name?
Pat.
Pat. So we're going to give a shout out to Pat.
Long-suffering 40-year partner.
So, and she was nice to let him come to Florida.
I told you what she said yesterday, right? One of her Liabra guys called for the Auto Body Association and said, "You'd let your husband take a bedroom to Key West?"
I thank you, Pat, for letting him bring this out, because it was wonderful that we ran into him and we had a great experience with this tour. And I don't know if you saw the one video. I feel like it's a community when we all meet up with these conversions. It's an awesome experience.
It is,
really
and it's apolitical. It's social. True. It's apolitical. It doesn't involve religion. It doesn't revolve around anything else other than, holy crap, look at that camper. And can I look in there?
Yes.
Yeah. And there's nothing more complimentary than having someone come up and say, can I have a look inside your camper? Yeah.
Chris did sell this camper, but he redid a smaller one. Check out his next project in this video.